What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm just doing a very quick one to demonstrate the awesomeness of using a full force feedback stick on a piston aircraft such as a Warbird, such as the free P-51 Mustang or the TF-21 Mustang, whatever it's called here in DCS. So a lot of you have asked me in the comments what it's like flying Warbirds with a full force feedback stick. This is FFBeast. For those of you that haven't seen my previous videos, I'll link them in the description below. Please check them out. Absolutely transformational experience flying with this stick, and it provides all the force feedback, and where it really shines is Warbirds, although ironically I don't really fly them. I will do a little flight now, so please don't expect some amazing flying skills or perfect engine management when it comes to flying the P-51, because quite frankly I'm not really 100% sure how it's supposed to be done. So I'm sure a lot of you will be commenting down below that I'm breaking the engine or whatever it may be. Yeah, I own up to that. I am just an armchair enthusiast here. I usually fly jets, but I will demonstrate to you just absolutely how sensational this stick is. So first of all, we're here on the ground, just sitting idling. In fact, I should probably add a little bit of idle so that I don't foul up the plugs. Going to brakes here. So as you can see, the airspeed currently is 0, and I can move the stick around. You see, pretty much from side to side, can just let it go. It's kind of like a helicopter with force trim off. It just stays there. Right now, if I move it back and let go, it just moves back to the center because of the airflow of the propeller, and it does a little bit of that as well when you go forward, but not quite as much. So it moves around freely, really freely. I feel like there's a little bit of a momentum in the heaviness of the stick, but and a little bit of inertia, but as you could tell, just exactly as it should. Now, when we get up to speed, that's going to be a different story. When you're trimming it, of course, the stick will displace in the new trim position, but here it doesn't really matter because, well, there's zero airflow, and therefore it's all wobbly and stuff, right? So let's get cracking, and I'll demonstrate to you exactly what this thing is like when we take off.
We have 2 good engine starts. You're clear to disconnect the headset. We'll see you on the left with the pin. Thanks a lot.
Alright, stick forward, up the brakes, here we go. We'll go up to about 50, 55 manifold or so. A little bit wobbly, but down the center, rotate. Gears coming up, flaps coming up. And now we're picking up speed. And we'll throttle down to about 50. And we'll get the RPMs down to a more reasonable number. Right, we'll do a little wing over here and do a low pass. And now already, you know, if I just let go of the stick, you'll see it springs straight back to the center because we have the airflow spring effect, of course. And with airflow over the surfaces now, the faster you go, the stiffer it becomes. And if you start diving down like super fast, then it becomes, you know, really stiff. But now it feels so nice on center, and you know, it's got such a nice, you know, just it's really difficult for me to, of course, convey just in the video how well the stick is now being centered as a result of the airflow. And the biggest downside, I think, of flying with regular sticks, with regular spring-centered joysticks such as your Warthog or whatever it is you may be using, is that when flying Warbirds, it's very easy to stall them, right? Now, if I just pull up now, in fact, let's do kind of a low pass here. Now, it's really easy to maintain your height and do these little adjustments because the stick just feels so solid in your hand on the center. So now if we pull up, right, I need quite a bit of force because I was quite fast. Now as the speed is dropping over the top, the stick forces are getting lighter. If I pull back a little harder now, I'll start to get a buffet, You can see it in my hand. Look at my hand. I can feel there's a buffet. There's the wing drop there. Now it's very easy to prevent that wing drop because I didn't have to get the buffet to develop so much. So now I've got a very light buffet. I can just keep it there. I'm looking out. I'm reducing that. I'm just keeping that super light buffet. I've just got rid of the buffet. Now I'm going to pull a little harder and I'll get a little bit more buffet, I think. There we go. Here comes the buffet. I can feel it. Yeah, and perfect. And I can fly forever and not stall the airplane, but I can always be very close to stalling because I can tell exactly where the stall is and where the airflow starts to break up. And that is the absolute amazing thing about flying Warbirds. Well, apart from the fact that it also feels incredible how stiff it becomes at high speed, because you need to actually apply quite a bit of force to maneuver, but at the same time we're not talking the sort of force that you have to go work out at the gym every day, unless of course you're diving down at 600 miles an hour, at 30-odd thousand feet down, and you have to pull out. Then yeah, sure, but normal kind of aerobatics like this, absolutely no issue. And it's amazing how it transitions between low speed and high speed. You just feel everything through your hand, but especially, like I say, the buffet. The buffet's probably the biggest thing that and now, like, if I want to go inverted, I mean, it's just too easy to do this. Honestly, zero brain power and hand-eye coordination required, really, relatively speaking. Anyway, so I think that kind of demonstrates what I'm trying to get across. I know you guys can't actually feel what I'm feeling, but it is absolutely nothing like what you get with a spring-centered stick. It's absolutely incredible to get that transition. In fact, what we'll do is we'll just go up and get like to really low airspeed here at the top, just to give you a demonstration. So so you saw the stick was quite stiff on center, and now look what happens. It's going to get lighter. Oh, it's getting light, super light roll now. And look at the amount of vibrations there happening in my hand, so I can feel everything. And this stick just moves around freely. We've got 50 miles an hour there. And now as we dive down, it's now stiff all of a sudden. Obviously you can't really, apart from me letting go of the stick, you won't be able to experience that, unfortunately, on video. But that's it. That is the beauty of flying force feedback in DCS. So we'll just come in to land now. So gears down, get the 10 million stages of flaps out. We'll come in and try and I've probably got like 6 landings in the Mustang in total, maybe even less, so don't expect anything too amazing, but I'll try my very best. We'll get the RPM back to where it's supposed to be for landing. Cool. And see if we can I'd love to say see if we could do a greaser. I don't have my hopes that high for a greaser, if I'm honest. Just make sure I got it trimmed nicely. It's so easy and stable. Obviously at low speed now, the stick moves around a lot more freely, a lot more easily. Right. I mean, it's not bad overall. I'd say it's a decent touchdown. It's a decent touchdown. We'll take it. Can't see over the nose, of course, as usual. Kind of have to look over to the side like that. But yeah, that's it. And now as we slow down, of course, we will have that same effect of where the stick could just move around freely. And again, I apologize for those of you who are real, Warbird connoisseurs. Yeah, I probably butchered the engine and everything up. I don't know how to work all these cowlings and whatever, however you cool it and whatever you have to do. I really don't know. I never fly it. This is, like I said, I've got about 20 minutes in the Mustang. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little overview. Like I say, it's absolutely transformational. This stick is amazing for flying anything and everything in DCS, but I think Warbirds and piston airplanes is just where it shines. It just goes from basically like what feels like you're just, flying a simulator at a computer to what actually feels like flying a real airplane. I mean, if I take the screen away right now and I don't know what I'm looking at, if I close my eyes and I just move the stick I feel like I'm actually in a real airplane. Like, it's incredible. I feel like there's a real linkage, and I feel like there's real inertia in the stick, and once it gets up to speed, I feel that airflow effect springing back to the center. And it's absolutely incredible. So if you have any more questions regarding the force feedback, FFBeast, if you haven't checked it out, please check it out in the link below. It's absolutely phenomenal. I highly recommend it. I think they're currently taking pre-orders for it right now, so yeah, I mean, absolutely consider it. It's not cheap, but I would say that the realism is literally going from what I would say was highly average with a spring-loaded center stick, like what I had with a Warthog, to like literally 1,000 times better. Basically as close to reality as you could possibly get. I mean, it's just absolutely phenomenal. So, yeah, if you have any questions, please comment down below, and I will try and do a few more videos with a few more aircraft, and eventually I will get to actually doing a proper review of this stick, and I'll show you the software behind it as well. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully I'll catch you in the next video. Adios.